Hey, my name is Janai Lane, and I'm the founder of Spirit Coach Training. I want to talk to you a little bit about fear. And we are in a climate of fear, and it's so important to learn to work with fear because we have to include it. We have to include it and hold it in an environment of love in order for it to move through our system and not create further separation. And when we're in fear, we tend to contract, right? We tend to contract. And what that does is it creates separation, and separation creates duality. And so when we can open our nervous system, we allow the flow, the chi, the prana, the divine love to flow through and create this current of healing and spaciousness. And the more spacious we become, the more we can hold in terms of the fear that is arising within us, or the pain and suffering that's arising within us, or even in the outer world. So our capacity to expand our innate divine presence and love will help us to process whatever emotion, including fear, is arising, so we can return it to love again. For there is no opposite to love. You know, we often talk about love and fear are on this continuum, but in fact, there is no opposition to love. Love is the all, is the everything. So when we can be in a state of love, and fear can arise within that. And that's okay. The more spacious we are in love, the more that fear can move through or can be transmuted in that state of love. Our nervous system right now is pretty taxed, and so we have to really work on opening it. And it's our nervous system is much like a flower. You know, you can't force a flower to open. It has to open in its own accord. But when you put a flower in the right environment, in an environment of nurturing, you know, where you're tending the soil and the sunlight and water, it just opens naturally. And that's the same with our nervous system. However, recently our nervous system is bombarded. And so we have to learn to create, through our own practices, a spacious, kind, and loving, nurturing environment so we too can open, because our nervous system will allow us to process what's arising, whatever emotion is arising, and will allow us to awaken, to evolve, because we need our nervous system for that divine force to move through that channel and awaken, right? And so it's very exciting that in this time of great evolution, as we're all in this birthing process, this process of the great awakening, we really, really want to focus on opening the nervous system. All right, so I'm going to give you a very simple practice that's very effective to help you to do this. All right, so just take a moment, put your hand on your heart, and we're going to use the breath. We're going to use the breath. And as you inhale, I want you to welcome in the breath. Often we don't welcome it. We don't recognize it as the gift of life. Oxygen is the gift that this world gives us. And if you've ever seen a baby take their first breath, the miracle of that. So I want you to imagine breathing in that first breath with the frequency of kindness, loving kindness. And you can see that loving kindness like a beautiful rose quartz golden light So as you breathe and you welcome in the breath with kindness. And as you let go, you just exhale in your own rhythm. And as you do this, see if you can naturally deepen the breath as you welcome in that loving kindness, that pink golden light. And let it fill your heart, just fill your heart. And as you exhale, you're just letting go of whatever heaviness, darkness is there. Of course, we store this. This is what we do. This is why it contracts our nervous system. So we're unwinding it now as you're breathing in loving kindness and out heaviness. And you can think of, if it helps, a baby that you love or an animal, because it helps you to feel that tenderness in your own heart, that openness. As you breathe in pink and gold light and out whatever is discordant, whatever does not feel helpful or supportive. And I want you to start to notice now that this light begins to travel right from the base, the back of your brainstem, down your whole central column. So you have this stream of beautiful pink and golden light flooding in. Perhaps it's moving in a spinning, gentle sensation down your spine. And it's just unwinding and opening any contraction. And the light is gently going in, just very, very gently, tenderly, kindly into your system, opening the system. And you'll start to notice now your whole energy field is beginning to fill. It's becoming much more spacious around you, around the body, through the cells, but also into your energetic body. And so I want you to notice how you're becoming more expansive. Your field is getting much bigger, much, much bigger. You begin to fill the entire room. And this light of loving kindness fills not only your body, every cell, but the room you're in. And then we can extend that out beyond the room into the outer world, stretching it out into the outer world, flowing into your community, into your neighborhood, and flooding out into your city, and into your state, and into your country, and into the whole world, the whole planet. And as we extend it out beyond the planet into space, this loving kindness is just flowing very naturally and effortlessly. And we extend this loving kindness to all beings, and Earth, Mother Earth, and all her creatures, and all the flora and fauna. And still our breath is moving in and out, and we welcome it. Perhaps it's deepening. And just notice that spaciousness, so spacious, so loving, so kind. Now, as you bring the energy back, you bring it back, but not so contracted as it was before this practice. A nice big spaciousness. So you determine what that is for you. Perhaps you keep it as large as the room you're in, or larger. Or maybe it moves into 10 feet around you. And as you continue to flow into your day, you are held in this beautiful, buoyant, spacious, loving kindness energy. as you remember to extend this to yourself in every moment. For this is what keeps the flow of your light moving, shining, guiding you. Thank you so much for listening, and namaste. The divine in me bows to the divine in you.